But selling on cinnamon is very important, not only because it might taste finer, but it's actually much safer for your body, for your liver, than the cassia, cheaper cinnamon. Hi everybody, David from Pineapple01. In that last video, I showed you how to the mortar and pestle to grind fresh cinnamon. Put a link down below. And in that video, I promised to tell why Ceylon cinnamon is superior to all other types of cinnamon, well, mainly cassia. I never realized this. Actually, I found this out like years ago. But Ceylon cinnamon is very important, not only because it might taste finer, but it's actually much safer for your body, for your liver, than the cassia, cheaper cinnamon. Let's dive in and find out why. Okay, so Ceylon cinnamon, these are some of the cinnamon sticks you can buy relatively inexpensively. These contain significantly lower levels of coumarin. This is a natural compound that can be harmful to the kidneys and liver. If you're taking this in large quantities, like some do for supplement weight loss and for energy, this could be a problem. Cassia cinnamon, which is more common and cheaper, contains much higher levels of this harmful compound. I'll put a link below to all this text because I probably mispronounced a lot of this. Ceylon cinnamon has a subtle, sweet, and more citrusy flavor to it, particularly compared to the strong, spicy, and slightly bitter, cheaper cassia cinnamon. This makes it a preferred choice for quality desserts and what have you. Ceylon cinnamon sticks are light brown, thin, and delicate. As you can see, they have multiple layers. This makes it much easier, as you saw in the last video, to grind into a fine powder. It does take some elbow grease, but you get there. Cassia sticks, on the other hand, are darker, thicker, and harder, making them more challenging to grind. While both types of cinnamon have said health benefits, the Ceylon cinnamon is preferred because of the lower levels of that coumarin, which is or can be very harmful to your liver or kidneys if taken in larger quantities. In Ceylon, there's also a presence of a compound called cinnamon valdehyde, and I'm sure I say that completely wrong, link down below. But apparently, that's very beneficial. Ceylon cinnamon is primarily grown in Sri Lanka. Matter of fact, this one right here, you see in the back, it says product of Sri Lanka. I believe I bought this on Amazon, believe it or not. Where they're there, because it's like a national product, they more rigorously test it for quality and to make sure it's safe. This makes it a pure product compared to the mass-created or grown and produced cassia variant. Cassia also comes from the Far East, like China is a big producer, as well as Vietnam and Indonesia. Before we jump into some tips, let's take an overview, a 40,000-foot view of things. Okay, here's some tips on when to choose Ceylon cinnamon. Personally, I try to choose it for any kind of type of cinnamon use whenever. If you use cinnamon frequently, you want to use Ceylon. This will be safer for you and it tastes better. For baking and desserts, this is going to give you a fine, more delicate, flavored, richer, less bitter taste. And of course, for therapeutical purposes, which is another reason I've been taking more, because cinnamon, much like turmeric and turmeric and what have you, helps reduce inflammation. It's also good for managing blood sugar levels, believe it or not. Cinnamon, which tastes delicious. I like to put a little dash in my yogurt. Pause the video, stop it if you want to make a screenshot of this information. Okay, so while Ceylon cinnamon might be a little bit more expensive, the health benefits, coupled with the taste, make it a far wiser choice. I like to use, like I said, the Ceylon cinnamon in my yogurt. I like to use Ceylon cinnamon on desserts. And I like to use Ceylon cinnamon when I'm feeling a bit down or need a bit more energy or a little bit, sick. I like to mix it into my tea. I also sometimes mix Ceylon cinnamon into my coffee. Now, here's an urban legend. It's said that Napoleon used to mix Ceylon cinnamon with honey. And I choose a cassia honey. I've had another video on that. Very important, cassia honey instead of other honeys. But nonetheless, Napoleon used to take big, huge batches and mix Ceylon. I don't know if it was Ceylon cinnamon. He mixed cinnamon with honey in huge batches and would give it to his troops before they made an advance because it would give them extra power and energy. So it's a very interesting urban legend. I'm not sure if it's true or not, but that's what I've heard. Anyway, I hope this video helps you. Link to how to grind the cinnamon below, and wishing you a fantastic and healthy day. Take care.